This video is going to be rather strange because, on one hand, I'm going to give you my perspective about or the review of Chak India. And on another hand, I'm going to give you a social message as to why this movie ignited or reminded me as to why do I hate the Indian mentality? Why do I choose not to live in India? Why do I have such bad memories of certain aspects of the Indian community and certain people, especially who are very important in my life, and why to this day, messages like this or movies like this just reinforce what is the issue in India. So it's going to give you two aspects, and yes, it's going to trigger some people, but feel free to let me know your thoughts, whether you think I'm right or wrong. Okay. So let's start off. Oh, by the way, if you're new to the channel, I'm an Indian passport holder, so don't start putting, oh, he's racist. Just shut your pie hole. Don't watch the video. Get out. Okay, if you can't handle it. If you can, stay calm. Now, first things first. For me, as a movie review critic, I am a very tough guy to please. The reason being is, I don't know now, especially at this age, I only watch movies when I'm eating food. And when I'm watching a movie, seriously, this is how I watch a movie. I'll put one on, I'll look at it, I get bored, 5 minutes, switch on to the next movie, new, see it for a few minutes, then go on to maybe MasterChef or a reality show, Apprentice or boxing or MMA. Then I'll check a documentary, few minutes. Then I'll switch over to YouTube. Okay, what's happening? So that is exactly how I watch a movie. Seriously, this is not a joke. Okay, it's very hard for me to be glued to something. So when a movie does appear out of the blue, that when I start watching it right from the beginning, it takes me right up to the end, and I'm not bored. I'm like, wow, this is and the movie need not be just like very slow, very boring. It has to capture my imagination. I'll give you a few examples of movies that I have watched literally more than, I would say, 20 times, sometimes more than that. Like, for example, the movie Martian, starting, what's his name, Matt Damon. To this day, I can still watch that movie and not get bored. Okay, it's about one guy in space. Martian, I've seen it, I think, by now maybe 30 times. Ben-Hur, which is the 1954 or 1959 movie. I watch it to this day and I still cry when I watch that movie. Jason Bourne, the first three. Oh, I don't know how many times I've seen it, man. Maybe 13 or 14 times. Castaway, like movies like Castaway, Rounders, Coach Carter, Remember the Titans, especially where this racial tension is there, or sports. I can watch the movie again and again and again. Okay, I don't know why. I just love it. But then if you're talking of Indian movies, I never, seriously, forgive me for my ignorance, I never thought the number one movie of all time, whether English or Hindi, would be Hindi. Like The Lunchbox was a movie where Irfan Khan blew me away with that story, with his performance. I still love that movie, Lunchbox. I love Amir Khan's movies, like especially Dangal. Oh my goodness, how many times have I seen that? I think 20 times. I still cry when that emotional scene where she says sorry to her father. Three Idiots, Dil Chahta Hai. When it released in the movie theaters, I watched it 3 times the same day. Same day. Three Idiots, Dil Chahta Hai. But the movie that took the crown, that made me appreciate Indian cinema, Gangs of Wazepur. I love mafia-themed movies. I like the realistic aspect. Gangs of Wasipur was a masterpiece. I never thought I would praise that movie so much. And then there are movies which other people have recommended, like Ludo, Andhadhun, but too many twists and turns in that movie. But it was a great movie. Pink, PK, Bhag Milka Bhag, Pan Singh Tomar. Oh, lovely movies, especially with the transformation of their physique. And yes, there are these once a while very rare movies which I think is utter crap, but which shocks me. Like, I never in my life, I saw the trailer so many times, RRR, that movie, slow motion, throwing an animal and jumping from the train. I was like, what nonsense is it? And, that dancing, I was like, why did they even win the award? Even after watching reviews and people saying must watch, it was when Critical Drinker, who is a movie review critic, very harsh, who literally rips movies apart. He said, out of all the movies, I never thought I would love RRR. And he praised it so much, I was compelled to see it. By the way, Avengers, especially the end game, oh, I love that movie so much. It's a must watch again and again and again, especially if you are, like me, a Marvel DC fan. Even I like the dark Snyderverse. Okay, anyway. So RRR shocked me. I never thought I'd like it. The Kashmir Files, I watched it because of all the controversy, but then I was like, wow, good. It really hits home. Okay, it's a propaganda movie, forget that, but it was directed well. I have to see Bengal File. And then the shock of shockers. I'm not at all a fan of Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, hear me out before you suddenly get all up in arms. He's an amazing guy. He is the most successful person who has come out of the Indian cinema, apart from Amitabh Bachchan, okay, and the fan following of Rajesh Khanna. I admire him as a businessman. I admire him as a father. I admire him as a husband. I admire him as a brand. He has accomplished what I don't think any Indian can do for a very long time in the movie industry. Okay. But I'm not a fan of his acting, if you get what I'm saying. So when the movie Pathan came out, I didn't want to watch it at all. I was like, hell, even if it breaks box office record. But where there was a scene in Dubai, which was shot in Dubai, it brought back memories. I was like, okay, for the scene in Dubai, let me see it. Because I remember there was a car chase scene, no, which happens in the beginning of the movie. It's in Dubai, Palm Island, and in Dubai, near the Burj Khalifa, that road. I know that road very well. Okay, I've traveled so many times there. So I was like, okay, it's kind of brings back Dubai memory. But I was very surprised. I found it entertaining. Many people were like, what nonsense, you like that movie? But I liked it. Okay. So he was not a very great actor, but it was a good movie. That's what I'm saying. Ending was stupid. Okay. So when, like I told you, I like sports movies like Coach Carter, Remember the Titans, Dangal, Baag Milka Baag, Pan Singh Tomar. So when, I thought, okay, let me check out another sports movie. So when Chak De India came, I was like, I can't tolerate this Shah Rukh Khan. Should I watch that movie? Again, it's going to be romantic, crying and all that. So it really, I had to force myself to want to watch it. But guess what? I was blown away. I was like, whoa. Right from the time the movie started, I was seriously just taken into that narrative. It was a nice story. And for once, Shah Rukh Khan didn't make the movie all about himself, which I think he forgot in later movies. Because every time Shah Rukh Khan does this and he does that, always tries to show that he's a superstar. But here he really didn't focus on making him the center point of the story. I thought the director at least, focused on the individual characters of that hockey team, the females, which was very important. So I really appreciated the way, okay, there were certain missteps where they could have really aroused the emotions and the feelings. And in terms of the story narrative, where Shah Rukh Khan, by the way, spoilers, I'm telling you spoilers, where they kind of want to remove him as a coach, but then they bring him back. I felt that could have been narrated in a much better fashion than the way they put it. But overall, it was a good story. So, I rate Chak De, I would give it a 8 out of 10, 8.5. Really entertaining. I liked it. But now the question comes, what is it that is taking me to the dark side of talking about India and the Indian mentality and the Indian culture? Why am I being negative? I'll tell you. And I'll give you specific instances from the movie that kind of reminded me. So remember, this is a full spoiler, so just be careful of that. In the movie, if you have seen the movie, Shah Rukh Khan, he plays the role of Kabir Khan, who's the Indian captain against Pakistan, which is a hockey match. And the penalty shootout, he misses it, and it's a disaster. And then he shakes hands with the Pakistan and gives him a hug, the Pakistan captain. Immediately, you'll see in the movie the reaction of the Indian public. He's the most hated guy. He's called a cheater. He's called sympathizer of Pakistan. They just stopped short of calling him a Muslim terrorist or whatever. But then it kind of brought back the first key ingredient of the Indian mentality, which we guys suffer from, is everything is so superficial. The love, admiration, friendship, the kindness, everything is superficial. It is all based on how much money you have, how successful you are, how much you can kiss their ass, how much you can please them. And if you can't give them what you want, the very same people who admire you, they turn against you, they stab you in the back, and they just want to destroy you. So it just brought back so many memories of me, my Indian families, the so-called Indian friends. In fact, one of my students, he told me, sir, I helped him when he lost his job. I kind of guided him towards getting a job. It took time, 3 months, 3 to 4 months after he lost his job, with a little bit of encouragement. I'll not take credit for it. He finally got a job. Now, when he got a job, he thanked me for it. When he got the confirmation letter, he thanked me for it. And he told me, sir, now my parents are talking to me so nicely. They are being polite with me. friends are talking to me, relatives are talking to me. I just reminded him, I said, don't fall for their bullshit, because when you didn't have a job, your parents treated you like shit, your friends ignored you, people were mocking you, making fun of you, calling you a liability. He said, sir, I'll never forget that. You are the only one who were encouraging me that time. I said, yeah, because this is an Indian society. When you have something, they'll kiss your ass. When you're a benefit to them, they'll kiss your ass. But when you have nothing, you'll be lucky sometimes, even if your own mother and father sometimes stand, by you. So the first part, which echoed to me the Indian mentality. The second one was, these Indian females came from different states and there was no unity there. And each state was looking down on the other state. And they especially looked down on the South Indian states where they were dark and they didn't speak Hindi. So this is so very real of what happens in India. Each state thinks that they're superior, especially the North Indians, and they look down on the South Indians, especially because they are dark skinned or they don't speak the language or they come from a poor background. Okay. The third one was the Indian team, the hockey team, faced bureaucracy where they just got a namesake coach because they didn't think they would make it. And after they working so hard, they wanted to dump them off because they wanted to transfer the budget to the winning team, or they wanted to take the delegates and give them a great time. Even in the movie, which was, I think, Medan, which kind of said the same thing. They wanted to give more importance to the bureaucracy. Take the VIPs, let them enjoy going abroad rather than the team. They don't invest in their talent. This is one of the other reasons why I really, India is such a big place, such a big population, 1.4 billion. How many gold medals have they won in Olympics? Seriously, you think there is no talent in India? So I don't like the bureaucracy. I don't like the double standards. I don't like the corruption that is there. Then in the movie, when you see it, there is one female whose family blackmails her. You either come here, do your work as a housewife or forget all that dream, which is very typical of the most of the Indians. Okay. They want the girl child to be cook, clean, serve the husband, serve the family. Then another one main character, she's supposed to be beautiful. She's this, blue-eyed, light-colored girl from the north. That is their this thing of beauty. She's in love with the one vice captain of an Indian team, a character that they're playing. And he tells her, just give up your career, which is crap, focus on my career, which is very typical of Indian men. They just believe that even if they have the talent, don't bother about it. Okay, I agree that Indian cricket is much more superior than Indian hockey, if you look at it logically. But you get what I'm saying. The importance of a man over a woman. Okay, if my child or my wife had exceptional talent, I would nurture it and I would tell them, follow your dream, follow your passion, Then this is very important when SRK is being strict with the girl, instead of the girls appreciating it, they gang up together. Imagine, they were not united, but they are ready to gang up together to get rid of someone who wants to make a positive change in their life just because he gives them tough love. This is exactly the reason why we do not have a leader in India. They just want someone who will please them, someone who will dance to their tune, someone who will let them listen to what they want to hear. Why do you think Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in power? Why do you think the BJP? It's just the Hindutva agenda. They don't care whether employment is there, any improvement is there in employment. They don't care whether infrastructure life has improved, quality of life has improved, nothing. Just whatever they want to hear. Hindu, this thing is great, and minority Muslims are evil, and that's a majority. That's what they love. I'm not saying all the Indians, but I'm saying the majority, Others tell me the potential and talent of India is being wasted. You are building larger than life statues of these leaders or these gods or temples and puja and all that. But what about the talent? Can you seriously tell me that the Indian talent they're investing in Indian talent? They are really wanting, unemployment to phase away? No. The rich are getting richer. They are becoming much more richer, but the middle class is becoming poorer and the poor is always poor. Then you have last 2 points. Towards the end, when India finally, they win the match against Australia. Now, suddenly, the girls are treated with respect. Their own families, beta, you're this, you're that. They are praising them, kissing them so much. And where was all this when they didn't achieve it? That means only if you achieve results, oh, I love you very much. Otherwise, no, you're average. And the worst one that made me inspired to make this video was SRK when in the beginning he loses to Pakistan. They give him so much of hate and so much of pain that they leave the house and they write outside the house, someone writes in black, chalk or black charcoal, traitor. Okay, or loser or something like that. Traitor, I think, yeah. So when he comes back after winning and now everyone's kissing his ass and praising him, they show one boy, he is scribbling something. So Shah Rukh Khan look and they erase that traitor. And now everyone is so much in love with him and admire him. This is just double standards, man. They just stop short of calling, the real problem in India, which is the Muslim minority, the unfair treatment that they face, especially when you're talking about if you have a Muslim name or you lose in sports. They just call you Khalistan. They have all these names, anti this thing or Islamists or terrorist or, I think Shah Rukh Khan has made another movie, My Name is Khan or something like that. And I'm not a terrorist. He has a phrase in that movie. So overall, it kind of brought back all those memories and moments and made me kind of realize, yeah, this is exactly why I'm not staying in India and why to this date, this mentality and this attitude still exists where you're judged based on the color of your skin, you're judged based on your religion, you're judged based on the money that you have, on your success. And if you kiss their ass and keep them happy, they love you. Otherwise, they treat you like utter crap. So anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree, disagree with what I have to say. But overall, I would say Shah Rukh Khan, good. Chak, India, good. 8 out of 10. I didn't think I would like the movie, but I do. It's kind of nice. I like sports movies. And by the way, if you guys have any recommendations for good Indian movies, must watch, please do mention it in the list. I would love to watch it. And maybe if you want, I can make a review on it. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. You guys take care.